Hello and welcome to the trade setup. In this video we are looking at Quimbaya Gold. This was a stock analysis request from one of the followers, and I wanted to let you know that anyone can make these requests and I will most likely cover them, especially if there is an actionable trade setup to follow. And yeah, so just leave them the requests or the setups that you have found in the comments, and who knows, we can probably take a look at them. Now on this chart I am tracking actually a quite nice structure. I would consider this a 1-2 setup overall, and yeah, then we would be looking for a third wave to develop afterwards. Now let's add the full labels here. I have left this third wave already, and an ideal target for the wave 3 that we would now be building would be the 138.2% extension. That's at around the $1.7 level. Now that's Canadian dollars, but you get the idea. That's the ideal target for the wave 3, but that doesn't mean we need to stop there. Sometimes the wave 3 exceeds it significantly, this target, and sometimes it doesn't even quite reach it, although oftentimes when the third wave does not reach the ideal target, it is often an indication that it might be a slightly different count where the third wave didn't complete yet, or maybe it could be a wave C, something like that. Anyway, getting back to the chart here, we are looking to build here a 5-wave move to the upside. That is the goal, and within it I am tracking for now an impulse, and that means that I am also looking here for a 5-wave move structure within this wave 3. Now that means that I must have also an impulse within this third wave. Now normally in leading diagonals, so if we have an ABC structure in the wave 1, we can track a leading diagonal with a 1, 2, 3, but then in the third wave we would be looking for a 3-wave move. In this case I need this to be a 5-wave move to support the idea that we are really tracking a third wave to the upside. And if it is not, if it turns out that this develops as an ABC pattern or something like this, we would instead need really to shift to the idea that this could turn into a more bearish interpretation where this is an ABC structure that has developed. So within the wave C we would still be looking for a 5-wave move to the upside, and in this case we would still be looking to push further, but the ideal target for wave C is instead the 100% extension, whereas for the third wave, as I just mentioned, is the 138.2% extension. Now based on the structure that has developed so far within this area, within this third wave, I am actually more inclined to believe that we are indeed developing the wave 3, and I would say that here we have another 1-2 setup that developed, and in this area, without going too deep within the microstructure, we have a series of additional 1-2, 1-2, 1-2 setup, possibly an additional tiny 1-2 here, but doesn't matter too much right now. And then I would count this as the third wave up. We would now be looking for a 4th wave down, and then we would need a series of 4-5, 4-5, 4-5 patterns to only complete this wave 3. Now the ideal target for such a wave 3 would be also at the 138.2% extension that is at the $1.06 level, and that seems quite within grasp based on what structure we have here. But for this to actually work out, I am expecting this correction that would now develop here within the wave 4 to hold the support area that we are always looking for a wave 4 for, or in an impulse that is between the 70 cents level down to the 62 cent level. So 71, I suppose in this case we should draw it more exactly probably, and then it's between the 71 cents and the 62 cents level. So far we seem to have a full wave complete down, possibly a wave B up, and we could have continuation here in the C wave to the downside. Now this is a very fragile time frame. I wouldn't look too much into it, but a break could even be slightly differently where so if we are really looking at the structure I presented as an ABC, we would be looking for an ideal target at the 65 cents, and realistically, honestly, I could see it being like this, where we would have even already reached the ideal target. So yeah, too much of a fragile structure. I would be looking for continuation to the downside probably for now, but as I was saying earlier, the 38.2% extension, also the 100%, or sorry, the 38.2% retracement and the 100% extension would be my go-to targets for now, but it is a very fragile time frame, so I won't look too much into it. But I will say that a break below the 50% retracement here would pretty much invalidate, well, not necessarily invalidate, but make the impulse that we are tracking here to the upside, where this is indeed developing as a wave 3, very unlikely. Because the only scenario I have left, if we break the 50% retracement here, the only scenario I have left for still an impulse to the upside where we are developing here a 1, 2, 3 would be if this is an additional 1, 2 setup. And then I would be looking really at a series of 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2 setups. And to be honest, that does become quite unrealistic. So I would really like this support zone to hold for the probabilities to remain high, that yeah, we are within this impulse to the upside that would be overall favorable for the chart. And yeah, a break below this 50% retracement would either shift us into here tracking this 1-2 setup that would then need a very strong third wave to the upside to actually work out as the 1-2 setup, or it would force us to track this as an ABC pattern instead of a 1-2-3 pattern. So that is why we need to be careful. I am favoring continuation to the upside. I am even pointing out that this wave 4 might have completed, could still be ongoing. We have the support zone that should determine the levels that it should reverse within. And for now, really there isn't much else to add. These are the levels, this is the trade setup. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, don't forget to subscribe and let me know what else you want me to cover, and I'll do my best to do that in the days and weeks ahead. And until then, I hope you have a nice day, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.